My name is Deborah Ann Davis, and I am delighted that you decided to join me in this class on how simple movements can improve your mood. If you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to contact me at my website. The address is on the bottom, deborahanndavis.com, or you can just shoot me an email at info@deborahanndavis.com. Let's get started, shall we? First, a little bit about me. I am a career teacher. I've taught in Georgia, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. I am also an author of 2 YA novels and 2 nonfiction books. The first is How to Get Your Happy On, and the second one is How to Keep Your Daughter from Slamming the Door. I am also a certified personal trainer. I taught for 27 years, and I loved it. But one day I decided to get Lyme disease, and that kind of put me on the sidelines. I actually had to stop teaching for a while. I basically had a lesson taught to me by something as small as a tick. When I had the Lyme disease, I was waiting around for it to get better. And after a while, I was visiting a person at a farm stand, and she was moving large boxes from one side of the place to the other side, and she had had Lyme disease. So I asked her how long did it take her for her to get over it, and she said, well, I'm not over it. This is just a good day. On a bad day, I'm on the couch with a cup of tea. So I asked her how long she'd had it, and she said 2 years, which completely freaked me out because I thought, I'm not going to wait around 2 years for me to get better. So the fact that I used to teach science means that I had a background on how the body works. So I knew that exercise promoted your immune system. So I decided to drag myself to the gym, even though I had no energy. So to make a long story short, basically, I ended up getting certified as a personal trainer. So I could say that that tick had done me a favor. So this is me today. I'm healthy and I'm happy and I'm energized. And I know that movement affects your mood. So I'm trying to help other people get where I'm at. So I'm going to share several of my favorite movements with you. It doesn't matter what kind of movement you do. You can do a small movement, you could do a large movement, you can do a movement that has a lot of endurance to it, or you can do something that you do periodically throughout the day. It doesn't matter. All movement counts. So here is my top 10, starting with deep breathing. Now, if we're going to do deep breathing as a topic, then I think it's a good idea for you guys to do some deep breathing while I'm talking. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to inhale slowly, hold it just for a moment, and then exhale. Okay, so we're going to do one together. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. Don't you feel better already? All right, now what I want you to do this time, we're going to do it a couple more times. What I'd like you to do is when you inhale, I want you to think about bringing in all the energy, positive energy from the universe, so your environment. When you exhale, think about releasing all the negative things that are inside of you. So here we go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale the positive and exhale the negative. Inhale the positive and exhale the negative. Inhale the positive and exhale the negative. Excellent. You are breathing. Now that you're breathing, I would like to share with you some of the deep breathing benefits. But I'd also like to suggest that while I'm explaining to you how deep breathing benefits you, that you continue doing the deep breathing. So here we go. So let's discuss the benefits of deep breathing. This is your lymphatic system. Most people know about the circulatory system and not so much about the lymphatic system. So let's start with the circulatory system. Your heart pumps blood through your body's vessels, your circulatory system, your veins, your arteries, and your capillaries. Without the heart pumping, the blood doesn't go anywhere. The lymphatic system is a series of tubes, just like your circulatory system, but there's nothing pumping there. The way that your lymphatic system moves is when you move. If you don't move, your lymphatic system doesn't move. So basically, every time you take a deep breath, you expand your rib cage and you contract your rib cage. And that expansion and contraction moves your lymph inside your lymphatic vessels. Now, let's discuss the benefits of having your lymph move. It eliminates your waste faster. It fights infection. It destroys cancerous cells. And it disposes of your toxic waste that your body produces just from your normal cell functions. So the lymphatic system is important. And the fact that deep breathing benefits the lymphatic system is a good indicator that you should be doing some deep breathing. Are you? There are other benefits to the deep breathing. Every time you take deep breaths, you increase the amount of oxygen in your blood, and your heart pumps that oxygen to your brain. So deep breathing increases the amount of oxygen in your brain. The other thing is, in between all your ribs are these little muscles called intercostal muscles. And every time you breathe in and out, they contract and expand. And when they do that and they're in shape, you get all the benefits that you get from using your muscles anyway. But on top of that, these are the muscles that help you when you're exerting yourself and you need to pant. Then the other benefit is that when you do deep breathing, it massages the organs. So every time you deep breathe and exhale, then the organs get massaged inside of your rib cage. So are you still deep breathing? I hope so. This brings me to my next item on the list, which is stretching. Now, stretching is overlooked by a lot of people, but this is something you can do in front of the TV. This is something you could do next to your bed right before you go to sleep. This is a very important component of fitness. Basically, if you stretch regularly, you will decrease your muscle soreness and tension headaches. It increases your flexibility and your range of motion. And since you have better flexibility and a greater range of motion, that reduces your risk of having muscular injuries. It improves your posture, which of course makes you feel better about yourself because you look better. And it's a great stress reliever because when you're stretching, that's bona fide me time. It increases your blood and your nutrient circulation throughout your body. And stretching is wonderful if you have an injury for your rehab. Number 8, one of my favorites, it's about wiggling. Wiggling is a wonderful exercise. Wiggling increases the blood flow. It massages your gut, which your gut is responsible for creating serotonin, which is one of your feel-good chemicals. And when you wiggle, then you're creating chemicals in your body to make you feel good. So I put on music and I wiggle all the time. I wiggle in the car when I'm driving. I put on music when I'm doing laundry. I put on music when I'm cooking. I just wiggle all over the place. And if you don't feel comfortable just wiggling to music, then go get a hula hoop and do some wiggling for your friends. My other favorite is number 7, the happy walk. If you do not feel happy, you still can walk like you feel happy. All you have to do is pump your arms and raise your legs and do heel ball toe with your foot and put a little bounce in your step and grin. Even if you don't feel it, put that grin on your face and it will change your disposition. A long time ago when I first got married, my husband was watching me walk. I was having trouble with my knees. And he's an athlete. And he told me that I needed to change my walking because I walked with a stiff leg. So I didn't bend my knee when I stepped down. So I tried doing what he was saying, and everything was awkward. And he said, well, try this and try that, and walk like you're swinging your hips. You're walking stiff-bodied like your dad. So swing your hips. You're a female. Swing your hips. Bend your knees. Bounce off your toes. And as I was walking around like an albatross, he finally said, think in your mind, athletic hooker. And all of a sudden, I could do it. I had a good walk, and I never had trouble with my knees as long as I was walking properly. So happy walk and walk properly. Keep your feet straight, heel ball toe, soft knees, and put a bounce in your step. And females, wiggle those hips. Guys, you don't have to. You're built that way. You don't have to worry about it. Number 6 is the walker's high. You guys have all heard of the runner's high. Well, this is the walker's high. Walkers get the same benefits from the run as the runners do when they are exercising. The runner's high is that feeling of euphoria you have after you exercise. It's because the chemicals that your body has generated, those feel-good hormones and the neurotransmitters, they are all left in the body afterwards, and you feel great. Well, if you're walking, it does the same thing for you. Now, here are some other benefits. Walking and running helps your digestion. It increases your feel-good hormones. It improves your blood flow. It burns calories. It gets more oxygen to your brain and to your muscles, and it creates warm memories. When all my life, when we go for a big meal like Thanksgiving or Christmas or birthday or something, we all go for a walk, just like the family in this picture. And that's where your memories get formed. Number 5 may sound like it's the same thing, but it's completely different. It's walking and talking. I have a daughter, and when there were issues that needed to be discussed, my husband, my daughter, and I would go for a walk. There's something about being shoulder to shoulder with a person that invites discussion and reduces feelings of criticism and judgment. When you're face to face and someone's looking at you intensely, sometimes it's more difficult to have those discussions. But walking next to somebody creates all those endorphins and feel-good chemicals while you are talking and walking, and they help contribute to the conversation. Okay, jogging and running. Not for everybody, but if you can do it, it's good for what ails you. I saw this movie called Brittany Runs a Marathon, and it made me say, hey, I want to get out there and run a marathon. But I'm 62 years old, so probably it's not the best idea for my joints. So I decided to make a different plan. So I came up with the idea of running a 5K, which is 3 miles. That seems like a small, reasonable amount to be able to run. And then after I was done running, after I was done reaching that goal, I was then going to transition into learning how to play tennis. Because I figured that, I'd be 63 by then, and all the people my age who've been playing tennis since they're 8 have their knees are shot. So that means I'll be able to get in there and do pretty good. Meanwhile, back to the running and jogging, I went and looked up how to work out in preparation for a 5K if you had never run before, or if you were a non-runner. And I found one, and the first exercise you had to do, the first workout, was to walk briskly for 5 minutes, and then jog for 30 seconds and walk for 2 minutes, and jog for 30 seconds and walk for 2 minutes, and do that part for a total of 20 minutes. I thought, easy peasy. So I go to the gym, I get on the treadmill because that way I can time everything. And wouldn't you know, I couldn't walk briskly for 30 minutes. I mean, for 5 minutes. Like, yeah, not 30 minutes, but for 5 minutes. I was so shocked. But I also knew that I hadn't done anything like that for a while. And so all the muscles I had been working were not those muscles. So I needed to bring them along. So my big goal is to not hurt myself, because my history has been when I start on a new project, I kind of jump in there and then I hurt myself and then I have to go back to the couch. Not this time. It's been a month. I can now walk briskly for 10 minutes, and I can do that 30-second run, 2-minute walk for a total of 5 times, and I haven't hurt myself yet. So here are the benefits of running. It reduces your hypertension or high blood pressure. If you have postpartum depression, it will definitely help you with that. It reduces high blood pressure. It helps with coronary heart disease. It increases your bone density, which is really important for when you're aging. Statistically, people who run and walk regularly have a lower chance of getting breast and colon cancer. You knew this was going to be on the list, yoga and Tai Chi. They do have separate benefits, but most everything between them overlaps, so I'm not even going to bother to distinguish between them. Let's see here. Yoga and Tai Chi will improve your posture, your balance, your flexibility, your strength, your coordination, your reaction time, your memory. Your happiness level will go up and your heart health will improve. In general, your immune system will get better. And then number 2, my second to the most favorite thing to do is to dance. Now, this is synchronized dancing when you have a partner. They did this study in 2014 where they got one person and a video link with another person, and they watched someone doing arm curls, and then they were assigned to do arm curls. Now, they had to either do them together, like coordinate them, or make sure that they did not coordinate them. They also had to fill out a mood survey before and after this exercise. And what they found was that when the people coordinated their exercise, it changed their body chemistry. It made them remember better conversation and what people were wearing. It made them feel kinder towards other people, and it made them feel more cooperative. And when they were doing it so they were not coordinating it, they were uncomfortable. So synchronized dancing is a wonderful, wonderful way for you to get yourself going. However, maybe you don't have a partner, so you can dance by yourself. I went to see the Hartford Symphony Orchestra one year for the 4th of July, and they had an outdoor concert free. So there were lots and lots of families there, and they played the William Tell Overture. And the first thing that I noticed was all the little kids got up and started dancing. Now, we as older people, we classify and categorize what music's for dancing and what music's not for dancing, like who's going to dance to classical music. But children, they don't have those preconceived notions. And they all got up and they were dancing away. So I went online to see if I could find maybe someone had videotaped some of this so I could use it for this, but I couldn't find it. But I did find these people. So I thought I'd give you a moment of them and let you see what big kids do with music. And this is the William Tell Overture by Rossini.
Why is there just a sofa here? It's really weird.
So that brings me to my last piece. My favorite all-time thing for improving your mood by movement is laughter. Laughter is so incredibly powerful. Have you ever laughed so much that your belly hurts? That's you using your muscles. Here are the benefits of laughter. I hope you were laughing while you're watching those kids. You get all the same benefits as when you do deep breathing. Are you still deep breathing? Plus, it decreases your stress hormones like cortisol. It puts the good hormones going through your body again. It increases your immune system, or the activities of your immunity system. It lowers your LDL cholesterol and raises your HDL cholesterol. That's the good one. It massages your belly so your serotonin is being created, which is a feel-good hormone. And it improves your mood. I just thought I would share a little bit of laughter with you. hope you enjoyed that moment of laughter. I can't imagine what that paper ripping means to that child, but it does mean something. So here is a summary of movements that can improve your mood. Number 10, deep breathing. Number 9, stretching. Number 8, wiggling. Number 7, happy walking. Number 6, walker's high. Number 7, walking and talking. Number 5 is walking, talking. Number 4 is jogging and running. Number 3 is yoga and Tai Chi. Number 2 is dancing. And number 1 is laughing. Now, if you think that those 10 things don't have that big of an impact, then I would beg to differ, because here is a summary of the things that you get from doing all of those activities. It works your muscles. It decreases your stress hormones. It increases your immunity activity. It raises your HDL, good cholesterol. It lowers your LDL, bad cholesterol. It eliminates your waste faster. It gets your oxygen to your brain. It exercises your heart. Movement centers and calms you. It empowers you. It decreases your headaches. It increases your flexibility. It improves your posture, which makes you feel better about yourself. It reduces stress by getting rid of your cortisol and increasing your good hormones and neurotransmitters. It increases your circulation and therefore moves your nutrients around your body better. It strengthens your rib muscles, so it makes it easier for you to exert yourself. It massages your organs. It reduces your stress feelings. Movement helps your digestion. Movement creates your feel-good hormones. It creates your neurotransmitter. And you already knew this, it burns calories. Movement decreases your hypertension, and it decreases type 2 diabetes, which, by the way, for many people is reversible. It also improves postpartum depression. It helps build camaraderie because you're going out with other people. It decreases heart disease risk. It increases your bone density. It decreases feelings of depression. It also decreases your anxiety level. It improves your balance. It improves your coordination. Movement helps with your memory. It boosts your mood. Movement also improves your self-esteem. It also increases your self-worth. And I'm just going to take a minute here and say self-esteem is temporary because that's from external things, but self-worth is more permanent because that's the way you feel about yourself. So it increases your self-worth. You feel better about yourself. It improves your reaction time, and it heightens your happiness. Speaking of heightening your happiness, as a way to say thank you for participating in this class, I have a free gift for you. This is called How to Get Your Happy On. And it contains 10 simple ways for you to increase your happiness, positively reframe your inner environment, and to deal with your outer environment in a more constructive way so it doesn't influence you. And this is a free ebook. All you have to do is go to my website, www.deborahanndavis.com, and order your free copy. I just wanted to say thank you very much. I hope you got an awful lot out of this, and you should be able to see it again if you want to take some notes. Keep deep breathing and boost that energy by being happy. I hope you look back on this year and say, this was the best year ever so far.